Welcome to Scorpio Intuition. So, to dive in, first and foremost, I want to say, family, I love you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I hope you are remembering who you are and what you're actually here for. So, to get started, first thing we're going to tap into is the message for today. The message for your self awareness. The first energies that I do have is Spirit is saying, what else could this mean? So, with this energy, what else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limitation and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today and by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? So today's soul action, family, is there something your soul is calling you to learn in the moment, or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for me right now? So right now, Spirit is saying that a lot of times things happen to us, and we only see one aspect of it. We see one aspect of it because we have been trained to see certain parts of things. Just like how some people, when things happen, they automatically go and blame someone instead of looking at what was it that they have actually done to provoke a situation or have the outcome become exactly what it was. Spirit says right now, look at all angles. Okay, there's a need for us to really just look outside ourselves. I can't think of the author's name, but it was a book I was reading, and basically what he was saying for you to be more aware, it's like this, your subconscious area, whatever it is you're doing, it's like spiritually look at yourself from a bird's eye view, non-judgmental, whatever it is you're doing in the moment, and just observe yourself. Observe what you're doing, how you're doing it, and also why. And then what you do, you kind of do like a 360 around yourself. What this does is it makes you aware of yourself at all times. And once you begin to create this habit, it's like whatever you are, whatever you're doing, you're always in that energy of observation. And Spirit says when things begin to happen to you, observe all of the lessons that can be learned from that situation, what you can do, what you can change, or what you need to do for that to be the best outcome. So those are just fruit for thought. The next energy that we do have, am I consistently showing up? It says, some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dreams. Today's soul action, journal where you can be more consistent in your life and align with your soulful goals, then show up. And one thing I have to say is showing up is not always easy. It's not, because life happens, things happen. And it's the moments where you don't want to show up where you should really push. Trust me, I just went through not just dealing with my father, but other things in life where sometimes it was a struggle even to have to get out of bed, you know. And one thing that I had to realize is that if I don't do it, who gonna do it for me, you know. And I feel like Spirit says if you consistently show up for yourself, you won't have to worry about other people showing up for you, because what they're going to see is that drive, that resilient, that strength that is within you. Baby, this shit is not always easy. I'm saying going to the next level, things are going to be easier, but getting to where we are right now is not easy. And Spirit says, if you don't show up for you, how can you expect others to show up for you? How many times have we been wanting to help other people, but they weren't trying to help themselves? So what happened? They started putting more burden on the ones that were really trying to see them through. Spirit says right now, if you show up for you, the universe gonna show up for you. As simple as that. If everybody be against you, but you are for you, it said if God be for you, who can be against you? Understand, we have to tap into that God-like energy. We are on a whole different realm. Things are about to change. And Spirit says if we do not tap into our divine, a lot of things and people are going to be lost. But that's not our portion. Spirit says show up for you. When you are going into the spiritual realm, Spirit says it's time to study. We have to really we have to research ourselves, research for ourselves. A lot of times we want people to just give us information. Spirit says don't trust nobody information but your own. But right now, as we're going into this beautiful, magical time where it seems like this old world is collapsing and a new world is being created, Spirit says this is your time to show up. Because if you don't show up, you're going to be left behind. As simple as that. And right now, Spirit says anything that is of me is going to be victorious. But you have to know it. Knowing is half the battle. The other half is doing what you have to do to be victorious. So the message for right now is, family, show up for yourself and always look at situation from different perspectives. All right. Spirit says there's more than one meaning in anything. As just like with the Bible, they say that it's a living word. Why? What makes that living? I worked in the oil and gas industry, right? So we always had to write on this, what was it called? But it was like a living document. Anytime situations change, if the weather change, if it's more of a fire, if it's a fire hazard, if it's a chemical hazard, we had to update this document. Why? What was making that document a living document? Because every time the atmosphere changed, we had to update it. And it's just like when you're reading anything, when you're on a spiritual realm, I don't care if it's the Bible, I don't care if it's a Blues Clues book, you're going to get a revelation. And the thing is, you could be, it's like at one point in time, you could read a particular paragraph and you'll get a whole revelation on what it is you're going through. Come back 3 to 6 months later, you could read that exact same thing, but that parable, that phrase is going to mean something totally different. Why? Because as you begin to change, so does the meaning. And when Spirit says, what else could this mean? Spirit says, it's time for you to look deeper. Family, it's time to go deep. No longer can we live on the surface. The surface ain't safe. It's not safe for your evolution. It's not safe for you evolving. It's not safe for your ascension. Spirit says it's time to dive deep. Remember that there is more than one meaning to every situation that you're going through. The quicker you find it, the quicker you find your answer, the quicker you elevate. And also, Spirit says stay consistent. Stay consistent to you. I feel like this. If don't nobody ever show up for me, I'm going to show up for me. Because at the end of the day, truth be told, I love the shit out of me, y'all. I really do. And if you realize how fucking beautiful and how amazing, how much in the Most High's energy that you were created, you wouldn't sleep on yourself either. You let everybody else sleep on you. Don't wake their ass up either. Because when they wake up, you're going to be gone like a thief in the night. Family, I love you. 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 And I just pray that the messages that I do give you from the Most High hits somewhere deep, because it is time for us to rise. It's time for us to rule. And the thing is, if you're not ruling yourself, if you're not taking control of yourself, somebody else is. What you're not paying attention to, other people are. What you're not being consistent with, other people are. And I'm going to tell you right now, ain't nobody taking control over me. I don't care how this world go. I don't care what they try to put in law. I don't care none of that. Fear does not exist in my life. And Spirit says, if you fearing valuing yourself, if you fearing moving forward, trying something new, Spirit says you're making yourself a catalyst to be controlled. Ain't no slaves around here. only God's warriors. So let's wake up, family. Because as we begin to wake up, so will the subconscious of the world. And that's how we change shit. Be consistent with yourself, and the world gonna see. I love you with my whole heart. Understand we are the gods. There's nothing they can do about it. Blessings, family.